What's up, everyone? It is AnimeALX, your Monstie build guru, back again with another Monstie build video. I guess you can consider this, the Soul Seer, or the Mizutsune build video, the start of Season 2 of builds, but we are moving on to the next build videos. Sorry about, the build videos being slowed down. I've just been busy with school and streaming other games, but we are here, better late than never, with our OROSHI Kirin build. For our first gene, we have the Last Stand gene large, which is Vengeful Ice Drill. It deals medium ice damage to one enemy, attack power is boosted at low HP, and inflicts skill seal. We have it up to, the king cost is 12. As you see, you could probably infer or guess what we are going with this build. Next up on our gene list, we have the AnimeALX, which negates all abnormal status effects up to fair chance of activation. This allows us not to get statused or making it a very difficult to status our OROSHI Kirin, which we do not want them to start throwing out sleeps and paralysis and whatnot, or definitely we don't want to get skill sealed. So that is why we have this. We couldn't fit Insomniac and whatnot, so we had to put all this into one gene. So that is why we have AnimeALX. Coming over, we have Kinship Skill plus XL, which seriously increases the kinship skill power. For Ice Monsties, I would say this is a required gene. If you do not have an Ice Monstie with Kinship Skill plus gene, I don't know what you're doing. It's a free Ice Bingo, or it helps you with your Ice Bingos, and it just seriously increases your Kinship Skill power just without any cost. It's like better all out, because instead of making your kinship skills cost extra in order to get the serious kinship boost, it just boosts your kinship damage. This makes Last Stand gene hit even harder. Coming down here is our Vigilance gene XL, which seriously boosts crit rate at 50% HP or less. Now, you can probably see where we're going with. Vengeful Ice Drill requires us to be pretty low, so if we're at 50% HP or less, we get boosted crit. I will show Oroshi's stats just momentarily, but we also mix this with Heroics Gene XL, which seriously boosts our attack at 50% HP or less. So we have a skill that gets boosted power being low, a gene that boosts our attack power being low, Vigilance, which boosts our crit rate being low, and our kinship skill increasing our kinship skill power. Coming to our next gene on the list is the Tackle gene M, which deals medium ice damage to all enemies. And it gives us the attack Snowplow, which basically is our AoE move. 20 king cost, helps us with our power bingo coming down. We also have Critical Eye XL, which seriously increases our crit rate. So we're stacking Vigilance on top of Crit Eye, giving us just insane amounts of critical damage. And our next gene is our Ice Plus gene XL, which seriously boosts ice attack. Required gene. If you're not doing any tanky supporting Monstie builds, and you're doing just attack Monstie builds, ice, your innate element attack up gene is going to be required. So we have Ice Plus gene XL to seriously boost our ice attacks. And then finally, we have the Potential gene XL, which seriously boosts our defense at 50% HP or less, making it to where we can hang under 50% HP and not dip too low to where we're getting Sonic Striked to death or what. this is just basically to give us a little bit of survivability while we're playing risky with 50% HP bonuses. Now, there's, you don't, also by the way, Potential Gene XL helps us with a second power bingo, but I was going to say you can actually trade out Potential Gene XL for Gammoth's Snow Armor, which gives you a slight increase to your ice attack and moderate increase to your defense. That's fine. I was just, personally for me, since Kieran doesn't have a lot of HP, I wanted the serious boost of defense just to make sure I'm tanky enough to live hits like that. But if you just want to have a very cheap buff option to where you get your defense off the back of the game, so you have some survivability, then that's fine. If you want in, not Insomnia, but if you want Fortify, just so you can do just so you can get a tech bingo, and so if you end up dying from 50%, you'll come back stronger and more tankier. That's also fine. Dancer is kind of a weird one. If you want Dancer just to get a speed bingo, I guess that's all right. You'll do some damage from the beginning, and then it will help give you enough defense to drop safely to like half. So I mean that's also fine. Or if you just a tech attack option, then Sonic Strike is also good. Sonic Strike T is also good. So there's 4 different ways to spin this build. The potential, this potential slot is basically up to your personal preference. For me, I wanted to center it around just being 50%. Also, if you want to have Dancer or Evasion Instinct just to do some meme evades and to also get the speed increase, or not speed increase, the speed attack increase, then feel free to. That also works. Moving on to the bingo list, we have 2 ice bingos boosting our ice damage by 120% and 2 power bingos boosting our power attacks by 120%. Coming over to the Monsteepedia. Oroshi Kieran is a speed attack Monstie, obviously an Elder Dragon. Your riding actions are jump. Your basic stats are 6 points into max HP, so 6 out of 10 in max HP, so not a little above average. Same max HP as you have the same max HP as normal Kieran. Actually, you just have the same stats as normal Kieran, aside from the defenses, but we'll get to that in a sec. But you'll have more HP than Ice Palamute while having the same amount of speed. Your speed is at a 7 out of 10, so you do have 13 speed. You basically can match the Palamutes, Silverwind Argakuga, other Kiirans, and Hunters. So one of the faster Monsties in the metagame. So even if you do get hit, or when you do get hit to where you are 50% HP and you're proccing all your bonuses, you can still outspeed the competition and land your crits first. You also have a very impressive recovery stat of 8 out of 10, but we're not going to really use our recovery stat in this build, so that you can just throw that out the window. And then we have 10 out of 10 crit rate. So this is a high crit rate build on top of a high crit rate Monstie. And so basically your goal is just to one-shot, or basically just one-shotting people through crits with all your bonuses. Your elemental stats, you have a 9 out of 10 out of ice damage, so I believe you have 1 more tick, or you are stronger than Kushala, but you are weaker, or actually no, you have the same amount of ice damage as Velkhana. I thought Velkhana had maxed out ice attack, but never mind. So you are as strong as Velkhana, so you're tied for the same amount of ice power as Velkhana, and your defense is 7 out of 10 for ice defense. You are weakest to fire, so you also have 1 tick more than Kieran in defenses, so you have above average defense, or average, no, not above average defense, but you have average defense, so you're a little bit tanky. You're a little bit tankier than Kieran, and also Kieran's innate thunder defense is 6 out of 10. Yours is 7 out of 10, so you're just tankier. You're a tankier Kieran. You do basically the same amount of damage, same amount of speed, having the same amount of HP and the same amount of crit rate, so you can basically just rain terror with this build, get hit under 50%. You can basically try to outspeed an attack in the beginning. You're not really going to apply skill seal a lot. I don't even think Snowplow actually does apply skill seal now that I'm thinking about it. So off the bat of the game, you're not really going for skill seals. You're probably just going to try to do a little bit of chip damage until people hit you down, and once people hit you down to 50%, that's go time, and you're just going to rampage and just stampede through everyone with Snowplow. And if you're trying to single out a person, then you can do Vengeful Ice Drill. Now, the reason why we have a speed and a power option is basically due, since we're a speed Monstie, they're probably going to throw out a lot of tech attacks or tech monsters against us to counter our speed attack, so that's why we have a power attack option. Otherwise, the reason why we don't have a tech attack is if we keep on head-to-heading and colliding with speed Monsties, then it's going to knock us and chip us down to half so we can get our bonuses. That's also another reason why I don't have a tech power option, but with all that being said, that is it for our Kieran build. It is a high critical chance Kieran build with enough damaging moves and heroics, kinship skill plus, and ice boosts to get our medium damaging attacks to hit harder, and also we have some CC resistance. Also, another good thing about this build is that all the kinship skills are cheap. But with all that being said, check me out on twitch.tv/AnimeALX. Check out the rest of the Monstie build videos and PvP videos, and check us out for more. With all that being said, catch you in the next one. Peace out, all my fellow weebs and weebettes.